Very few guys come into the NFL and get stamped as one of the all-time greats so early. But in the case of Justin Jefferson, that is the exact conversation that needs to take place. Justin Jefferson is a blend of an old school and a new school style receiver. He has no problem catching a contested pass across the middle and risking his body, but he also doesn't mind going to have a good time with the boys in the end zone either. Justin Jefferson has a couple of attributes that make him special. One being his ability to catch the ball and grab contested catches or catches through the middle. His toughness is uncharacteristic for a guy with his size. For instance, here on this catch, he catches a deep crosser over the middle in the middle of 3 Miami defenders. He knows he's going to take a hit and still holds on to the ball while picking up the first down. And again, another deep ball thrown over the middle. Justin Jefferson high points the ball, risking his body, and makes an incredible contested catch. Now this one here is just great because it's 2nd and goal and the DB plays perfect defense. You want to play the under route here because the back line of the goal line acts as another defender. And you want to force Justin Jefferson into a high ball contested catch and just hope he doesn't come down with it. Second is his speed. He has the ability to run by defenders with or without the ball. Like here, Justin Jefferson catches this ball on a quick out, turns and notices there's nothing but green grass in front of him, and he turns up the jets up the sideline. Another one here, but on this one it's a simple go route from Justin Jefferson as he's able to run by defenders and make a beautiful hands catch. Now this one here by Justin Jefferson is speed, hands, toughness, whatever you want to call it. Here he splits 2 Patriots defenders going over the top. It would have been a touchdown if the ball had more air on it. Instead, Justin Jefferson leaps up and saves the day. And the last but most important thing is his clutch gene. And of course, the play that comes to mind is the one that made him a household name, the one-handed grab in the 4th quarter trailing against the Buffalo Bills. But what's more important is that he made that play on 4th and 18. Or how about better yet, 3rd and 10 in overtime, a corner route that was double covered and he somehow managed to get the catch. But all great players have highlights. Let's get to some of the numbers so I can back him being one of the all-time greats already. Justin Jefferson has 168 yards on the Vikings' 8 game-winning drives this season. The rest of the team has 195 yards combined. That sure sounds like a clutch player to me. And if you want more proof, Justin Jefferson accounts for 31.6% of Kirk Cousins' completions and 42.6% of Kirk Cousins' yards. That's almost 50% of his quarterback's yards right there that Justin Jefferson is accountable for. And clutch doesn't have to just be a game-winning touchdown or a crazy catch in the 4th quarter. Clutch is simply being there for your team when they need you. Like in week 9, trailing against the Commanders 17-7 in the 4th quarter, Justin Jefferson dominated a drive that puts the game back in Minnesota's favor. Or again against the Patriots when he had a key 36-yard catch. How about against the Giants? Justin Jefferson has 16 and 17-yard receptions that both came on 3rd and long situations. Justin Jefferson didn't just start causing these problems. As a rookie, Justin Jefferson had 1,400 yards, setting the record for the most yards by first-year player. In his 2nd season, he got even better and had 1,616 receiving yards, coming up just 16 yards shy of Randy Moss's Vikings single-season record of 1,632 yards. But he also became the only player with 3,000 receiving yards after his first 2 seasons. And in year 3, all he did was have 1,809 receiving yards and smashed the Vikings single-season receiving yards record by nearly 200 yards. Win Offensive Player of the Year, and be an MVP candidate as a receiver. This season, Justin Jefferson had 128 catches for 1,809 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. His catches and yards this season smashed franchise single-season records held by Chris Carter and Randy Moss. The amazing thing about Justin Jefferson's numbers is that he had games this year where he had 14 yards, 15 yards, 33 yards, 38 yards, 45 yards, and 48 yards. But you know how they say you can't hold a great player down for that long? Well, yeah. Justin Jefferson had at least 98 yards in each of the other 11 games. And that's including some monstrous performances where he had games of 223 yards, games of 193 yards, 184 yards, 154 yards, and 147 yards. Justin Jefferson's 10 100-yard games are just one shy from tying the all-time record. And in one of those games, he had 98 yards. Jefferson has 1,756 receiving yards through 15 games, giving him a chance with 2 games left to break Calvin Johnson's all-time record for 1,964 receiving yards. But remember some of those bad outings I just mentioned earlier? Well, we had one of those late in the season against the Packers where he only had 1 catch. So that killed all hope of breaking the all-time record. So shout out Jair Alexander and the Green Bay Packers for ruining history. But still, this was one of the greatest seasons by a receiver in NFL history. Justin Jefferson finished this season at number 6 all-time in receiving yards. Justin Jefferson is now 3rd in the NFL for most receiving yards in a player's first 3 seasons, and he did that with still 8 games left to go. Justin Jefferson also entered the top 5 for most receptions by a player in his first 3 seasons. He now holds the record for the most 100-yard receiving games in a player's first 3 seasons, while also holding the record for most 150-yard receiving games in a player's first 3 seasons. But wait, there's more. And with Justin Jefferson starting this season off with such a hot start, he cracked top 10 in most receiving yards in a player's first 9 games in a single season. His 324 catches broke Michael Thomas's record for most receptions by a player in their first 3 seasons, which was previously 321. He's also just one of 6 players in league history to have 18 yards in a season, and also set a record for the most single game receiving yards with 223 against the Lions. Justin Jefferson also became the first Viking to ever lead the league in receiving yards. He also led the league in receptions and is only the 3rd Vikings player to ever do that. The previous 2 were 47 and 28 years ago. These aren't just empty stats either. Justin Jefferson's numbers helped lead the Vikings to a 5-win improvement in their first playoff appearance since 2019. With a 2,000-yard season in this near future, do you think it'll be year 4 where he breaks another record and holds the NFL's single-season receiving yards? Only time will tell, but until then, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out my latest video regarding the Dallas Cowboys. Peace.